Hey YouTubers, Austin27 back here, and welcome back to No Clipping Through Zombie Maps. You really liked the first episode, so I will do more for you guys because you were so curious. We're going to go through all the Black Ops 1 maps, but I think it's going to take longer, so I'll probably do them 2 or 3 at a time. So without further ado, let's get into exploring Kino Der Toten. We'll do 5 after this, but what do you guys want to know? What do you want to explore about Kino? So there's a couple of things that I want to show you guys that's interesting. Is the far tower out here. I think it's the farthest texture on this map. I mean, Kino is a pretty darn small map compared to a lot of them. When you no clip above, there's not too much going on outside of Kino Der Toten. It's really interesting too because it's just like they made the tower so tall that they didn't need to make all these super intense settings. It's a very happy day, by the way. Lots of clouds this way, but it seems pretty happy. Sun, no eclipse, by the way. But yeah, let's see if we can. I don't remember if these are textured or not. So let's see. Is this one? It is! Look at that! Oh, ultimate camping strategy. What? Oh yeah. I don't know what the other buttons do. Does that give me anything? Unknown commands. Okay. I got a max ammo. That's cool. But yeah, am I stuck in here? Oh, I'm gonna fall through the map. Where's 8? Okay. But yeah, there you go. They did texture this, and it's super interesting as it was being built back here. I don't exactly remember this ever being talked about too much in storyline type stuff, but man, I actually can't place this right now. What this was, or observatory, or radio tower. But it's an interesting texture. It's definitely out of place if you had to pick something that was out of place on Kino Der Toten. But then I'm going to go show you the radio tower that you shoot outside the map, and you're like, oh, well, that's how it works. And you get to see a nice look over here of the buildings. There's a lot more they ended up adding to the maps, like in Doris. That's why this is going to take a lot longer. I just watched Knock, took like 5 minutes. These will probably take much longer. And you actually get reflections. If you actually look, you can see the reflection is the inside of the other room, of the mule kick room where the 4 picture frames are. Or is that the mule kick room? Or is it the other one? Well, it's one of the rooms with the 4 picture frames, because there's another room. I'll show you right now. There's another room in here. Oh no, it's this one. With the 4 picture frames, with 4 blacked out picture frames. So you have blacked out, blacked out, blacked out, blacked out picture frames in this room, and that's actually what the reflection is. Where over here we have our 3 characters blacked out and a giant Richtofen. So God only knows where this is leading, especially with all the scratched out stuff. Wendy, you drew the pictures. God knows where all this is actually going to go. Oh, by the way, the walker spawns. You see these boxes? These are all walker spawns or Nova gas crawlers. These things get punched out. So when you turn the power on, there's no giant monster. They just have an animation. They crunch out. There's no giant monster outside Kino Der Toten. That's crazy. You'll get outside the map. Let's continue back here. I'll get over to these rooms and stuff, but let's go. We've got a nice little bug here, or van. What do they call those? VW vans or something like that. But it kind of gives you the era. That's what the point of the vans are, I would guess, is that you look out there and you're in the 60s and 70s. I think this was Kino Der Toten's place at the 60s from what we have right now. That's shiny. And in here, there's all kinds of news, which are all shitty and not textured, which is just like, why not just put it in here? If you bothered putting the textures in there, why not let us read whatever you're trying to say? Like, you can't make it out. You have no idea. But over here, in case you were wondering, is the radio. There's that awesome possum radio, and it's kind of nicer for me because I bind it to a key. Oh, that has no hit textures. Okay. Well then. That's that. But yeah, that totally derailed what I was thinking. But this is the area outside here. I was gonna shoot it and come down. We got a little guard tower here that's outside the walls. Sort of based off the Berlin Wall map from Black Ops 1-ish. But again, Zombies started splitting itself away from multiplayer maps and stuff, so you don't have to worry about stuff like that. So there is all this. I'm just trying to get all these guys out of the way first so we can look at this incredibly interesting stuff. So if we go into here, I didn't spend too much time in here. We have beautiful textures. Still, while we have the Nazi zombies going on, it just the completely eerie feel of Kino Der Toten. Man, it's just wonderful. I love these German Nazi zombie maps. They're by far the best. In case you never realized, there's actually perk bottles inside this, what would you call this, bar area? Next to the vodka bottles. You can break the vodka bottles, and oh, that was always we always wondered about these fuse boxes because we didn't know if they triggered some kind of Easter egg or something crazy like that. Oh, but man, it's so much fun exploring these maps. Dude, I'm not going to have enough time. I'm only going to be able to do 2 maps, if that. I don't want these to go on too long, but there's just so much to these maps to explore. So in here, I guess I'll hit the rooms. These are the most interesting rooms. And it's always interesting to see what textures show up. I don't know. I always think those are, like, important things. Look at that. Look at all those boxes. Doesn't that scream to you, like, hit all the match boxes and then something happens when you come into this room, or all the fuse boxes? Like, that should do something, but it doesn't as far as we know. That'd be amazing if Treyarch did do that, though. In here, we have our normal room we show up in, then you'd have the wheel if it spawns in right. But there's other rooms, in case you guys didn't know. This room over here is just has a dead zombie head over here. Whoa, creepy. Not really. But it just gives you those eerie feels when you're in here, and if you're trying to run around, you're like, oh, what's going on? You can kind of... Is there any shadow over the head, I wonder? No, not really. You get the blood stains. That's cool how they put the head in. And you got all the interrogation centers and sounds going on. You can hear people being drilled. But then you go in here, and... Oh, that's neat. I didn't see that in a while, but that's an interesting door. That's definitely different. Could be like, you know, one of those holding places if they add more textures. But if you're like, secret door, what's behind? Oh, no, nothing. Nothing's ever behind your secret doors. But that's cool. It's different. It's almost like a Fallout shelter, safety door type deal. That's interesting. It's always fun to come back to these maps. You always say, like, what ifs and more stuff that might make sense in the zombie storylines. We have green lockers over here. That's different. God, I swear to God, it gets different. Treyarch updates things, I swear. I know it's not true, but man, that looks different. Anyway, but we have these very interesting green documents. I mean, those 2 lights really stick out. You have green... What is that? Oh my goodness! Green file cabinets. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I wonder what that's trying to say. Like, those are special documents? I guess it's just so you could see it, because it doesn't really stick out until you're... And there's a texture there. And we have all of our classic books, you know. I think in Zombies, in Zombies they're the right way. In Nuketown they're backwards and upside down. But in Zombies you have Edward Richtofen and DG2, DG3, and then you have all the other books. This is where you get all the books to show up correctly. Pictures of Germany and stuff like that. And I think Edward Richtofen. Like, really cool stuff here. Just showing you all the different lore that they were putting into it. Where's the third room? Third room? Nope. Is there only 2 rooms? Is there really only 2 rooms? I thought there was more than 2 rooms. Bloody hat room, locker room. Oh no, this is the 3rd room. Okay. I think we've had about enough of that. Let me just double check by flying above it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's go to the other rooms. I mean, these rooms add a lot. I know, yeah, it's way down here. Isn't it funny where they put these things? So we're going to go into here. Normally the 935 tape is in here, but into the 5 room, which is the end of the campaign you unlock. Yep, the tape is almost always in here. Come here, come here. I want it. I want it. Yeah, well. But if you've never seen before, that's what the reels look like. They're 935 symbols around the reel. Can't really tell what the reflection is. I think it's the same reflection they're using. We have that note that we've really never been able to pinpoint anywhere. We don't really know the significance of this. Really interesting. You have a GK Nova, kind of linking Nova crawlers, and then the 115 thing from Doris wielding the power. Really cool, and it's showing up apparently in 5. Oh, I guess those are just the textures. They just use the same textures, and that's probably why the green stuck out and they put a filter over it. That makes sense. Okay. So you have 5, and you can also, I don't know, is it going to work for me? Let's see. Let's see if I go stop no clipping. Nope. I got to do it the right way, but that'll take off. If you go up and press square on it, the rocket will launch. So you have Ascension showing up here. You have 5 in here. It's really interesting to see how all these places come together. Rockets. Clearly, they were hinting towards a rocket map and Ascension and all the space race and stuff like that. It makes a lot of sense that way, but again, that's more campaign stuff. You never actually saw this become a map. But it would have been cool if they did make some kind of version of this. Could be alternate universes. You never know what it could be. Stabler! What could the stapler mean? Anything! So let's go on to our next location, but that's the significance of the 5-room. Nothing behind here, by the way, so you don't freak out and panic and be like, no. Department of the Air Force, so it's interesting that this is Air Force headquarters. Well, then again, rockets, and then the rocket poster, air research space, stuff like that, and tapes. Nixon tapes. And you can't really read these, so it would have been cool if you could have. Kind of looks like it just repeats. 2,000, 200,000, or some number. Yeah, but it would have been cool if Treyarch let us read some of that stuff now, at least later on. Here's the teleporter boxes. If you remember outside Doris, you had teleporters that they gave us our own individual boxes, but normally what happens when you teleport from here, when you teleport from here, then you come over to here, and you spawn in an area that's this close, so it looks like, oh, I can see the teleporter. I'm in this cool funky thing making you think you're being moved, but you just spawn in this box, and there's all the cool textures to it. It's beautiful. And then you end up back at the spawn. Nothing too crazy there. Let's continue to the last 2 rooms. Oh my lord. Oh my god. No, I'm gonna do one video. That's terrifying. I look like a guy sitting in a chair there for a second. I was just like, oh wow, Bloody Grim Reaper. Wow, there's a lot to Kino Der Toten. I didn't even realize. But then we have Sam's room. I've made a whole video about it, so you guys can check that out. Oh, look at there's a reel too. Maybe all the reels are in the rooms. I don't know. But you have Sam's toy box room, and pretty darn similar to the room Eddie and them are in. You see at the end of Origins. You have all these goodies and Easter eggs in here, but again, I made a detailed video about that, so I'm not really going to cover this room too much. Just show you it. This is an Easter egg series, just showing you neat stuff. But this is the happy room. Time to go to death room. Death room. Brr, angry Sam. Which, you know, honestly, if you want to theorize, this could represent Samantha in 2 different universes. The parallel worlds theory, where you get this one where it's all fucked up and all kinds of teddy bears going everywhere. God, Kino was a good map. If it had an Easter egg, man, it would have been crazy. And there's a 3rd reel, so 3 out of 4. Yeah, there's only 3 reels, so 3 reels spawn. But it's the same room all knocked to shit. And then they just spawned a shit ton of teddy bears. Our guys aren't there anymore. Is there a big teddy bear? Yeah, there's some kind of teddy bear. Yeah, there's a lot of teddy bears playing around in here. Neat. And the books are what? Oh, just normal. Okay. But then there's like Richtofen books. It's the same Richtofen texture books from the other area. So it's still nothing too crazy. Okay, so let's continue. So let's go in this area. I'm trying to think of areas that would interest you guys. So you're like, whoa, what's going down in Chinatown? You come up here and you're like, oh, where do these guys come from? So this is neat to show you guys some spawns and stuff. This is how the exploring happens for our Easter eggs, and how zombie theorists figure out their stuff because they go through all these areas. And just, you know, blank painting there. It just looks like it used to be one of the posters for the theater. Nothing too special. Just ends up leading you back out into the theater. Dead wall. That's how you get to that spawn. You have your Nova 6 guys, or the monkeys, inside the containers. Can't really see them in these. These are the general containers. If you end up going, I think it's like over here, you can actually see faces. Where are the faces? One of these has faces. There we go. You go over to here and you can see these guys. And it's kind of like distorted monkey face, where we can think about they're either experimenting on humans for Nova 6 crawlers. That's the walkers. Those are the walkers, possibly, or the ascension monkeys. I think it's walkers. I think it's pretty common knowledge that we agree with walkers. We have a teddy bear in a box back here. The amount of teddy bears is just phenomenal. And, oh, the classic. Oh, the classic. Like, the ladder will come down. You guys can chill up here. No, there's no texture to those ladders, and it's kind of hilarious. Where is it? This ladder here, you can't climb on it, but people would always go crazy about their Easter eggs. Oh, yeah, I think there is, one of these does have a texture, but for the most part, it doesn't. yeah, I mean, there's nothing special at all happening there. But it would have been cool if you could have got up here, then, you know, had a catwalk strategy where they all come from one way. If you could have stayed up here or unlocked a door or something like that. Kino was nice and eerie like that. There's another teddy bear in a box. Let me see. See the reflection. Yeah, it's the same room, right? You see the couch there. And then I think we get the characters. They like to do that Treyarch. If you have a reflection, it's just easier to have one room be a reflection, so you don't have to add too many more textures. So we have the dressing room over here. Is that what they called it? I don't remember if they called it that. What is it? This is the box. Stage, alley. Oh, it is dressing room. Cool. I know the box is a fan favorite for people because you hear knocking, but there's nothing in here. Yay, knocking! Kino was cool. You have all the different kind of stage uniforms, play uniforms for this theater. Nothing too crazy. Again, you can see how these maps kind of just are... Oh my god, there's just so much to Kino Der Toten. Lord. So we have more. We have billboards. Cool little blueprints there. I don't know what that was making. I'm always amazed how I come back and I still learn new stuff about zombies all the time. You have a normal clock and then military time as well on the clock. Apparently someone needed help. Reels, as we all know, work. All that good stuff. Let me just turn the power on and then I'll jump up. Oh my lord, this is going so long. But this is what exploring is, so I'll go up to you guys. So you hear the noises.
These must have been to failed experiments, Max's.
See? There you go, guys. Fabulous. I finally was able to do that one time. And there's Rick Toffin just made a good quote about the failed experiments. But when you turn the power on, all it is an animation. There's no giant monster, so if you ever needed that, disproven. The radio up here that you can shoot with any weapon. I remember when I first made it out, I'm like, you need a ray gun. You don't need a ray gun. You can use any weapon as long as you hit the radio from up here. Pretty cool beans, right? So, oh, there we go. Pack a punch, and you can see yourself when you teleport. Oh, man. We haven't even gotten to the alley over here. My goodness. So what's cool about the alley is because this has to be textured because the zombies drop down. So you could run up here. You can fight zombies and stuff. That'd be cool. There's a door outside the map. People questioned. Where was it? That you could see? Where the hell was it? Look at those spawns. What's with those hitboxes? Is that to... Maybe it's lighting. Maybe it has to do with lighting. Was it this door? I don't recall. It was one of these doors where they start talking about, like, you barely see it open, and it seems like it leads somewhere, but it really doesn't. And garbage cans don't have anything. Again, next to no textures. I'm only doing one episode. God, wow, I'm so sorry this takes so long. But, I mean, I'm exploring for you guys. Okay, I'm back. So I'm exploring for you guys, so you, like, trying to give you all the time you would take, because it takes people hours to go through these maps. But I'm trying to do it for you guys that don't have PC or don't have the ability to no clip, to give you a chance to look at it all. And again, more books being sprayed around. But where was that door? I know there was a door. Oh no, it was this one, because if you look out a window here. This window. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, if you look out here, it was that one. You can see a door that leads to blood, and it's just nothing. Nothing at all. Here you have the stairs that are barricaded to, again, nothing. In Spawn, when you come up and wonder about this, oh hi guys, you end up having nothing. Well, actually, it's a little more than nothing. It's a pretty cool room with the 4 picture frames. It's really interesting. I think they're all the same texture though, or maybe not. Look at that. The ear's different. See, then you have the ear there. You can't even see shit there. Maybe those are 4 different frames. Maybe it is everybody. That's really interesting. But then, yeah, it's all... That's where the top balcony is when you're in this room and wondering what's going up. It's just this side. And then you have all the seats up here. I think I can run through these seats. Want to run through the seats? Let's run through the seats. Running through the seats! Ha-ha! These aren't textured, though. Woohoo! Woohoo! You're so... wow, I hit him once. See how sad that is? Oh, it's actually blowing me. Okay. But yeah, you can run through most of the textures. I'm glad they put texture for that wall. Oh, this is fun. But I'm actually interested in how much they put up here. Wow, you can... Because the zombies have to get around. Oh, they're not letting me get there. And down we go. Now where am I? Cool. This is extremely interesting. Is that just no box? Yep. Now I'm stuck. Okay. Through there. Green room. Weird green texture. Similar to the cave in the other place. Nothing really going on there. Again, more green textures. You see the blood and the reels trickle away into a room of nothing. Would have been cool if they had something. I love the blood stains. It constantly leaves your imagination. That's what's the best way to use it for zombies, just to be like, what happened in there? Was it Maxis? I don't know. You don't know. And that's the best way zombies is when they keep you guessing. Excuse me, and keep us creating the storyline. Wow, I cannot believe how much is in this in Kino Der Toten. More bars, goodness. What was that? More vodka? Oh, I knocked the vodka over. Fuck. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? The doors coming up and up and up, and then you come down and around here, just leads to nothing. Nothing special in here. Coming down in this room, it's a classic area. You just have some blood spawns there, but nothing special. Nothing crazy. Once again, just more lack of textures, lack of materials, nothing, no couches, no picture frames, not a real big thing. Going up here is just more spawn boxes for the... Actually, I don't even think those are spawn boxes anymore. I'm starting to think those are just lighting, so you can get that really bright look. I don't think that's actually spawn areas. Not bad, guys. But it just, yeah, it's definitely just lighting, because it's always over lighting. Yeah, okay. Mystery solved. Sorry. But as we get in through here, restrooms, oh my god, they actually did put restrooms in here. Look at that. I didn't even realize. No toilets, but you got the mirror and they have the whole bathroom stall almost set up there. Interesting. So, I think that about covers it. I gotta make sure so no one freaks out. Let's go under the map. Under the map, look around a bit. Oh, I didn't go up in here. Yeah, good, good, good. You have your Manhattan project. That's Manhattan Down written out on the floor. We can see that. You got your Chino Der rock glowing there. More books. You got stands. Fancy stands. Doesn't really matter. Again, the most curious thing normally is spawns, where you can see where the zombies are coming from or see into these rooms you only get a glimpse at. The stuff that's on the map is stuff we've really seen before, and it's nothing too shocking, surprising. Nothing that we can't really get into. One thing in here is under the stairs. You have another one of these boxes with our guy, but then if you look underneath, there's a letter somewhere. There it is. There's our same letter we found in the other area, and again, it's not really that clear. We haven't really been able to figure out all the meanings of it. Red room, so we've had red and green rooms, so maybe it's the two sides of Samantha they're getting at. I don't know. I don't know what they were getting at in Treyarch in particular, but... Whew. Kino Der Toten, everyone. Flying around, exploring, and no clipping. There's a lot. I'm starting to think this might be a lot. A lot to do for you guys, but tell me if I missed anything in this video. I will gladly go back and like missed video. Like, I'll go through a couple maps at a time. Like, if you guys comment, I missed a lot of stuff in the World at War maps, and then I missed a lot in this map. I'll go back through with everything, and I'll add all the stuff like, hey, check this area out. Hey, check this area out. And I will. I'll happily check it out, and it'll be quicker, so we can get through it that way. So just little things, but this is the overall no clipping of Kino Der Toten for you guys. Man, I thought I was gonna be able to get more in, but there's just so much to it. There's really nothing too special to these generators or anything. The sparks, I remember people used to say sparks meant something with these here. It's just interesting. They really could have did an Easter egg with all the power switches. And if they did do an Easter egg on Kino Der Toten, how crazy would that be, right? The first quest Easter egg on Kino, if they ever just hit it that well. I always like to pretend, but, you know, that's not how these work. And there's no secret, like, help or SOS signs up top. Oh, those things are dead. Why did they even die? I guess they spawned. There's nothing too crazy, too special. Just Kino Der Toten, everyone. There you go. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now. I'll just do a commentary of just talking, because I haven't done one of these in a while where Woo! We're going to the moon, Ryan!
We're heading to the moon. All right, good night.
Hey.
Scoot.
It's a really cool map, really fantastic map. Juggernaut's pretty well placed out. I really don't have complaints so far about this map right off the bat, though. Like,